And I mean, I think it's also just like a very frustrating thing to do, fly fishing. It's not like something you go do to calm yourself down. I thought that at first, but no. If you go out there and you're angry, you're just gonna get madder. You're gonna get knots. You're gonna have a bad time. It'll like your line and your cast, everything gets read right through. But as soon as you calm down and relax, it's a direct reflection of that. It's just like the line runs better. You're not pushing it out too hard, so it goes smoothly. So I think that's kind of like a meditation, right? And I think that is also something that like I look for. Fishing is just like being completely connected to the environment. That's also something I never realized until I started what I had been missing in the water all of a sudden, because now I can see like little shimmers, and now I can see little bits of fish and little bait balls and things I'd never seen before, was never even looking for, were there all of a sudden, and it's like 100% mindfulness. I really appreciate that about it. It's like, wow, okay, there's a whole world I'd never even looked at, and there it is, like in front of you, but you just weren't actually noticing it. Also, something that happened after COVID was everyone started speeding up a lot. Like, life started speeding up a lot. I think it felt like I went from being a kid to being an adult. And all the friends I had that we were quite tight, you know, life carried on, they had to do stuff. And yeah, I had this thing that I got to do that kind of kept me sane. And it was very special. Yeah, definitely ADHD. I've known since I was a little kid. I was on Ritalin when I was a little kid, and that did some horrible things. Like, it's not fun. I don't think anyone should be on that stuff. But yeah, like, I think the ADHD brain is like a busy one. It likes to keep busy, and I think there's obviously different varieties of it, but mine is for sure on the extreme spectrum of like keeping very busy, enjoying extreme sports, but also getting hyper locked in to certain things. You got to know when you got the ADHD, you got to pick your battles, and it's not like it doesn't end anything. You get to do all the fun things like normal, but you're sometimes really shit at like committing to things or answering people or being there at the right time. But yeah, it's quite a funny one. I don't even know. I'm still working on it. Yeah. And I think also something else is like climbing and fishing and surfing. There's nowhere, like, if you go traveling and you want to achieve something on one of those fronts, none of them are in a city. None of them are like in a shitty place. They're all in a beautiful place. They're all taking you off the beaten path, and like that is special. Like, you get to see the world in a whole different way and meet like-minded people, and there's always a community out there, and I think that is also like a big draw to this whole thing, is like this beautiful community that's out there that's joined by all these weird and wonderful things. But most of the friends are climbers, and then the climbers think I'm weird because I fish, and then the fishermen think I'm weird because I climb, and then the surfers they're always indifferent because they're surfers. that's also another thing for my brain. It's like I need to be outdoors in a beautiful environment that keeps me engaged. And this fishing is always like, what's next? Where am I? You know, like keeps me outside even if there's no waves, even if it's raining or if there's no climbing today or people are busy. I can go on my own. I can always make it happen, you know, and I think that is something I really love about it. From my house, 5-minute walk. You can take the stand-up paddleboard, walk down, take a little right here, and next thing you know, you're on the flare. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's actually something happening down there. I feel like we got to cut at the end, cut to like a perfectly tied fly. I'll use one of my other ones. This is, yeah, far from the truth.